There's still not light in here. You've brought in a little fucking lamp.
That's light.
It's barely illuminating.
Mr. Diva doesn't want. He wants
You've
overhead
had a
light.
week.
It's mood
You've
lighting.
had a week.
It's mood lighting. Okay.
It's too sexy in here. I hate it.
What, that pile of candles not doing it for you? Come
hate it
on!
in here.
Come on!
It's the first time we're recording on 2 separate single beds. I don't know why they came with the lamp today, but I hate it. Fix your fucking life.
My name's Oscar.
My name's Carl. This is Who Would Watch This?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we sit in darkness and try and figure out who would watch this.
If it becomes the premise of the podcast, I'm going to be so upset.
Chatting about movies in dark,
In the
dim
dark.
places. You ever want to chat with your homies in a cave? That's really what we try and emulate here, you know?
The best chats occur in darkness.
We're trying to get some like wet stones in here, maybe some stalactites.
We want it to be dank as hell.
Oh yeah. A couple of bats, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, BYOB.
Oh yeah, of course. Carl, what are we chatting about?
Today we are talking about The Clique, which currently has a 5.1 on IMDb, a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 2.7 on Letterboxd. Nearly fresh on Rotten Tomatoes? Bro. Oscar, what's the plot?
A young girl tries to fit in with a clique of popular middle school girls after moving into the guest house of one of their homes. Tragic.
Now,
Tragic.
I think let's set the listener up
Yes.
really quickly. You know the movie.
I do.
So you have a history with it, and it's an inside joke between you and your sisters that you call it The Clique.
Yes.
And so you've never said it right to me.
No, I
and
do
it's rubbed off
apologize.
on me, even though I know that that's pronounced The Clique. So there's going to be a lot of mispronunciations because I've been gaslit and bullied and inceptioned.
I fail to remember what it is called. Not called the clique, but it is called the clique.
The Clique.
Like a social clique.
But know that it may sometimes be referred to throughout the episode as Clique
Yeah.
because Oscar's fucked it.
Carl, we got an email from Rachel. Loving the podcast. I think you guys should give the clique movie a watch. It's absolutely absurd and so cringe, but amazing at the same time. Enjoy. Well, thank you very much, Rachel. Ask wwtpodcast@gmail.com if you want us to send us a movie or an email, some hate. I don't know, something.
I like the ones of hate.
Yeah.
The ones that are sly improvements, they're nice. So, they're like, you guys are operating at a 70 out of 100. Here's how you could get to 75.
It's quite good, isn't it? Constantly, like...
a lot of them are like, just get rid of Carl. And I'm like, fair.
Matter of fact, most of the inbox is that. I had to buy Google Drive just to upgrade the storage. 4 terabytes we're running on. Not enough. Not
It's a
enough.
lot of hate. You never show me them. So feel free to send us an email, recommend a movie where the inbox is never closed because nobody knows how to close an inbox.
Oh no, we couldn't. We tried, couldn't do it. This, I'm so happy we did. We've had this on like our tentative do, but I didn't think anyone else had seen it, and I wanted to revisit it. So I'm so
It's
glad.
the only power I had to keep telling you no. The list that we have of like what we can just pick from
Yes.
sporadically when we need to fill a week, it's been on there for over a year.
It has.
And I've knocked you back so many times.
I keep picturing like it's 4 mean girls and it's dreadful, and you're like, I don't want to do that, which is odd, which is crazy. But now we get to do it, Carl.
Yeah.
Should we get straight in to the clique?
I don't know. I guess.
You seem bothered. Is there something you're not saying? Because I'm with you. I'm not going to defend this movie as it's a magnum opus. It's a certainly a thing, and I do like the thing, but I wouldn't praise it. You know?
This feels awful. Awful in every way, Oscar. Just unabashedly awful. It's it's like a fucking crime to send us an email to do this. Like, pick...
I knew what I was getting myself into, and like, it's great with some friends who would watch it. I don't know, some friends on your own, sitting in a dark, dank room. It's a bit of a painful watch.
This took me 4 nights.
Yeah.
I couldn't even convince anyone to watch this with me. My friends watch Speed in the living room. I watched this in the bedroom. Do you know how sad that was?
That is pretty tragic, actually. Yeah, just a couple of guys watching Speed. That's a cool thing to do.
Occasionally they'd be like, how's the movie going? I'd be like, yeah, good. They faked a period. Do you want to watch that? Does that sound mean?
No, Keanu's just gotten off the bus, and there's a third act. Carl,
The best part, they're on a train. A third mode of transport, who would have thought?
Carl, let's get into the world of the clique. We're introduced to, I think, the greatest villain that's ever existed. And the film, you constantly fluctuate between thinking, oh, I'm on the protagonist side, and then I'm actually on the antagonist side. I think, for the most part, I'm on the antagonist side. We get introduced to Maisie. Macy?
I don't know. I've written Madison for a lot of it, Madsy a bit, and I think by the end of the movie, I settled on her character's name as Massie.
Yeah. I want to say Maisie, but Massie's hideous.
I think it's S's.
Yeah.
Other
Because she's
than
a snake. Yeah.
huge,
Thank you.
huge, fucking drag her.
Thank you,
Clicks.
I will.
Yep. So we meet her. She's a brat.
Yeah.
All her friends are brats. She fakes a lie so that none of them go to a party.
Yes.
So we meet them
She's
all.
like, that girl has fucking nits, and if you go to her, she probably end it all. And they're like, yeah, go you, Macy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Imagine.
They do a great job of establishing how evil this little girl is.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fall in love with her, I think. And then fall out of love, and then kind of be back to where you're at.
It's weird that they've got one character that's just like her character introduction is she's obsessed about whether everybody's got a compass and a protractor or just a compass or a protractor. And considering they're the cool fashion girls, it was weird to be like, that one's the workaholic. You're like, but why?
Well, they've got to have their thing. The brats all had their thing. One's like a fashionista, one's like a stay-at-home mum, one's a workaholic, one's a wine mum, and one's kind of the fun aunt, and it's just a bit tragic, really.
So they say that there's head lice and that the chick wears Crocs, and
Yeah.
that's why none of them decide to go.
Yes.
So we see their indoor pool. It is grim, right?
I mean, it's America. An indoor pool's crazy.
I
but
love an indoor pool.
Yeah.
This was a sad indoor pool.
Oh, it's a bit sad. We'll get introduced. We get introduced to Maisie and her clique. We've got Dylan, we've got Kristen, and we've got Alicia. They all have their own thing, but don't
Do
worry.
they?
Well, one's a redhead and a bit.
That was just the redhead and the others.
She's going for. She has an eating disorder. That's not even. It's grim, and this film does not do a good job of tackling that. That's
It's
her
crazy
thing.
the movie's message really ends up just settling on young women have a lot of issues and you should all know that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
They're gonna do infighting. None of them are right, but
Yeah.
don't you want to watch it for 90 minutes?
Yeah. They're basically like sometimes the most popular girls are the most insecure and they'll clobble together and ruin each other's lives themselves.
Yes.
So don't even bother trying to befriend them. It's like, oh, weird message, but okay.
It's right. It's
Yeah.
right.
I was like, but then again, that's all clicks.
Yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't form cliques. Now,
Never form a clique.
you're
It's full
thinking-
of insecurities.
I don't want to follow this character. She's mean. She's cruel. I don't think I want to go down this rabbit hole. Holy shit. Then Claire arrives. She's our protagonist. And she's just as tragic as Macy herself.
Okay, so before we deconstruct how atrocious Claire is as just a person, I wanna acknowledge that clearly Massie's parents know they've raised the worst fucking child.
Yes.
And Claire's parents know that their friends have raised the worst fucking child. And they've all warned each other that Massie is a bitch.
Yeah.
So they all know there's no fixing her.
I feel like parents know you can sense
Yeah.
a child like that kid's a cunt and
Yeah.
it's just gonna be cruel. And I can't, and that's the thing, as a parent, you can't do anything because you're not in that social, you're not at school. But you just be like, oh, stay away from her. She screams a bitch. She's gonna be a nurse when she's 20, you know?
You know that the mum, there's a reason we never see her again. She doesn't even want to be around.
She
her
drops
own
them
daughter.
off. She's going, I've lifted the curse. I've given you Claire as a sacrifice. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here.
Imagine letting that family settle in and Maisie's parents just run to a car and drive off. Just like the house is yours. Live there forever. Take care of the
There's a bunch of
spoiled
Fendi
one.
in the wardrobe. Check it out.
So, okay, Claire. Claire is tragic. I don't know how to describe Claire.
Well, it's I feel like we've nailed it with tragic.
Tragic is what she
You
is.
think, okay, at least, I don't know, I feel like it's a very good, easy comparison to Mean Girls, because it's
Yeah.
kind of that. But if Lindsay Lohan's character deserved it, and that's what Claire is.
It's like...
If Claire gets a chance, she's at the bottom of the pyramid. If she gets an ounce, even a granule of power, she immediately abuses it and goes 100 times worse than
Claire has no idea what she's doing. She has some of the worst instincts ever seen in a character in film. She constantly makes the wrong decision when given like something good at her. It's the most self-destructive character.
Oh, 100%.
Like the studies that could be done on her. She is like she it baffles me.
It feels like these characters really are perfect for each other. One is so self-destructive, and one will keep destroying. It's very Joker Batman-esque, you know?
They are so cartoonish and bizarre to the point that these are the most real characters in cinema. Like, I was like, oh, we know these people. This was me. I was like, finally, we're getting into the heads of the gritty teens of America.
It's really Skins, but if you want to see upstate New York wealth disparity, really, that's what it is.
I know. And I thought upstate New York looked like trash.
Oh yeah,
trash.
It's like there's a bunch of like McMansions like in the middle of a scary Silent Hill forest.
Yeah.
Also, Claire's poor. We should establish that. And they
poor as hell.
Good on the art directors. I don't know what the sort of like social what the social things are for America, but I think you can tell when someone looks Midwestern.
Yeah.
And they've done a very good job of it.
They go, we're from Florida, and I was like, yeah, nailed them. You nailed them.
They look tragic.
They do. You just know they haven't got a penny.
Yeah.
Like the Claire at one stage just guilts the mum into buying these white pants.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, cool, it's lentils for a week.
Yeah.
Like they're living in the pool house at the back of a large property.
Yeah, the
dads have the same job.
Same job. I don't get it. Because the one of the girls is getting like $1,000 Prada bags, and Claire's really just sucking on little granules of sand to getting nutrients. And she's also shaped at TK Maxx, so you know it's a bit.
It's a bit yuck.
God,
it's a bit yuck.
We're showing our elitism here. I've never even been in a TK Maxx.
I don't know what.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I hear it as a buzzword, and I nod.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. H&M, I know.
Oh, that's a bit tragic.
You know? Oh,
I'd
never be caught dead there. Kmart's where it's at. Let's face it. Massie's immediately awful to Claire.
Yes.
Awful. And you go, but she's just spoiled.
Yes.
But when your parents used to force you to be like, they have a child too. Be friends. You never wanted to be friends.
No. But here's the thing. I think this is why I feel like we might disagree. But I'm on Macy's side because at least Massey. I'm not.
I don't know what her name is.
It keeps flipping.
So
People keep swapping around.
You and I'll do me.
We get introduced. Claire's like, "Oh hey, my parents have told me lots about you." She slits her throat with this comeback. My parents told me nothing of you. Oh my cunt. It's so cutting. There's like, I think she gets like, I'd say 10 great lines that deserve an Oscar for writing at least. And then the rest of the script drags it down back to hell.
I'm going to say it right now. Everything that happens to Claire maybe is deserved.
I think so.
It's maybe deserved.
So. It is deserved.
But it's like we'll get more into it. But Claire, you know, she's a mess. She's a mess.
Constantly, she's walking into rooms where she shouldn't belong. Gives us this dead end grin. Goes, hey, it's like, no wonder you get bullied.
She can't read a room. I've never seen somebody like so unable to read a room. She's the type of person that if you were taking a shower, she'd come in to poo.
Yeah,
you know, like she wouldn't
gets
know.
all warm.
And you'd be like,
the steam's. It's fucking weird, Claire. Yeah. She's like, what?
You'd be like, Claire, what the fuck are you doing in here? And she's like, huh?
It's oafish. It's oafish to say the least.
She is giving massive oaf vibes. Like, she's giving oaf. All right, so they all have dinner together. Massie's really keen to like
get the fuck out of there. She wants to go to a party. Yeah.
So she collects full plates of food and just goes and puts them in the sink. And the mum's like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
They were mid-meal. What are you on about,
She's
Massie?
like, I'm going to a goddamn party. She's like, can Claire come? She's like, I would rather fake sickness. I'd rather wrath upon me than go with Claire. I'm going up to my room to pretend to vomit.
The thing she says in front of Claire without shame. She's basically just like, I'm gonna say, she's basically like, Mum, I cannot take Claire because that's the yuckest thing in this city.
I thought the film was doing a bad job of like, oh, maybe they've just not blocked it right, so then you can't tell where, like, who can hear what. No, I think she's completely aware that she is in earshot of every comment. Claire just gives this, I don't know what you'd even call it. She just sort of stares out into nothing and just gives a wry smile when she's getting shat on mercilessly. It's crazy.
It's admirable.
Yeah. She takes it on the chin.
She's resilient.
She takes it. Claire's like, I got you this charm bracelet. And Macy's like, I'd rather slit my wrist than put it on my wrist.
I'd rather never look at a microphone again than use this charm. And my dream's to be a singer, Claire. That's how much what you've given me irks me to my core. Irks me to my core. It's just the way that Massie is revolted by every little thing Claire does it's so hard to describe. I've never seen it in a movie before.
Seen it in a film.
It's the meanest character I've ever seen.
So mean, and yet the character deserves it. It's a crazy dichotomy.
Massie is to this movie what J.K. Simmons is to Whiplash.
Oh, yes.
That's the level of where you go. The cruelty.
Was it worth it in the pursuit for art? But it's not. It's just in the pursuit of joining a clique. That's what it is.
Oh, and you get it. You get it. Because like you see this clique and you go, God, you want to be a part of that clique.
The poster. It's like, you want to be part of this clique.
It was really weird to me because I was like, oh, so this movie will be following Claire. But we're not.
We're not.
It's like, it's a two-hander.
It is.
But in the sense that neither of them get enough screen time or an arc.
So you're kind of like unfocused, because then we're like, oh, here's Claire, we've introduced the villain, there's Claire's story, and they're like, nope, Macy's horse riding meets Chris, the hottie.
Yeah, I gotta tell ya, Chris
ain't doing it for you? Chris ain't doing it for you?
Chris, as well, I was just like, what are you doing here?
Well,
Chris and Claire should have gotten together.
They should have gotten together.
Because they're both giving nothing. They're both giving nothing, and thus deserve each other.
I imagine they both could go into like a broom closet, stare at each other for eternity, and then perish and die.
Massie deserves the world.
Oh.
For her to settle for this, like, horse riding buffoon.
Well, it's weird as well, because you think, oh, here's the central conflict. Will the nerdy girl get with the boyfriend the popular girls is? They go, nope, he's got a girlfriend.
This blew my mind.
He's got a girlfriend, so this is both in vain. And you go, what are we doing now? And the film goes, I guess we'll bully Claire for a bit. We loved going back to that well.
This has never happened before, where they're flat out just like, you know, the love interest that would usually be in any high school film. He's taken off the market, will not return, and will even meet the girlfriend later. He's nothing here. I was just like, whoa, we're really not going to do anything with this plot or concept?
It's crazy, because then the film's like, oh, I guess we'll bully Claire. So
if I was the director, I would be like, I'm sorry, Chris is not going to be a major part of the movie. And the scriptwriter would be like, yeah, nah, we're barely going to use him. I'd be like, cool. Then we're not hiring horses. We're not going to hire horses for it. What a fucking nightmare that's going to be to shoot logistically. Do you know how expensive it is? Unless we've got horses on hand, we're not doing 2 horse scenes.
Putting children on horses, too, is crazy. Imagine the lawsuit that is.
Oh, my God. And it's like, you know...
It's the stunt of the film.
It's made in the early 2000s, so you know they weren't safe about it.
Oh, no, they're putting them down after. They were like, here's a big hook, a big bit of tripwire, and there you go.
They were wild brumbies they found on locale.
Oh, that's sad. That's
yeah,
really sad.
Right? They tamed
Chris, huh? Really?
A beautiful like runner tamed 2 horses and had like an amazing horse film on the side.
Well, they filmed that and then they went, oh god, we lost the footage. The Brumby took it. I guess we'll pivot back to the clique.
What's Massie doing over here?
Now we get a little snippet of one of Massie's clique. Claire is shopping because she's like, God, I'm hideous. Macy immediately gets in her head. She's like, I need new clothes.
It's crazy how quickly Claire
Gets
caves.
corrupted.
She
Gets
caves.
corrupted. Yes.
It's
Which is a bad thing for a protagonist.
It's
Suddenly,
like-
I'm like, she doesn't get any like resistance. She's like, I will die to get in Macy's group.
It's one of those things where you go, wow, Claire is like a cult leader's dream.
Yeah.
Like, if it's,
Nothing up here.
If it's
Nothing
one
up here.
thing you know at the end of this movie, it's that Claire does not have a good life.
No.
Things get worse for her.
Oh.
I reckon she's in Scientology.
She got sucked into something.
She
said
can't
that-
escape it.
Yeah.
She
doesn't want to.
No,
She's
she
just
doesn't
there.
want to.
She's just vapid.
The
She's just
mums
there.
has not spoken to her in a long, long time. Like, there's only tragedy after this film.
Now, we get introduced, we're at the shopping centre, we get introduced to Dylan. She's the red-haired girl of the group. Her mum is saying, what a 2000s movie. The mum's like, listen, I won't buy you the Prada if you're, I won't buy it in a size 6. You're too fat, I'll buy it in a size 4. Nothing else. Hoofed.
Rough. Really showed its time.
Yeah. But I think really does give us insight into these girls' lives. It is.
It was. I mean, it ends up, like, coming into the theme at the end of, like, this clique, they're all depressed.
Yes.
Like, they're not well.
It's nothing. There's
Like-
nothing holding them together other than it's a power vacuum, and they let go. They'd be free, but they can't let go. It's like a heroin metaphor. You gotta push it, but if you don't, you keep going back to the veins, huh?
Which character ends up on heroin?
Oh, Red's definitely on.
You reckon?
Oh, meth.
Was
for
she
Red.
Dylan?
She was Dylan.
Yeah, I had Dylan written down as the meth
You
one.
already pro'd out. You picked which drug they're gonna be addicted to later.
Oh,
in life.
absolutely.
Well, hit me. What does Kristen get into?
Oxy.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah,
Good for her.
huge, right?
Yeah, so we get.
The other girl, California sober.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah,
Good for
right.
her. Yeah, as this scene popped up, I did look at the production. Tara Banks produced this film. So
Makes
when
a
I
lot of
saw
sense.
that bulimic joke, I went, oh, okay, good. That's
If
where-
you've ever seen a supercut of Tara Banks as being awful to people on Top Model
Yeah.
and on her show, you go, oh yeah, she was.
And she was telling this to these children.
Tara
Okay.
Banks did not think good things of people that were not as thin as her.
No, and rightfully so.
I could not get in front of the film. Every time I thought the movie was going to go somewhere, it didn't. Like
Yeah.
when she met Dylan and helped Dylan swap the tags.
That's a
so
weird
she could,
praise for the
I,
film.
I was like, absolutely. It was honestly.
Where's this going? It's a mystery.
This has only ever happened to the Prestige.
Yeah.
So the click's up there. Your move, Nolan.
No, but you are right, because constantly Claire makes like a bit of like leeway with one of the like she's got like an in with because she's helped Dylan. And then she gets reset constantly. The girls immediately, once Macy tells them no, they're out. And that relationship's dead.
Yeah.
We do get the picking up scene, which
Yeah.
I love.
Okay, so they've got their own driver to get to
Yes.
school, and Claire's going to be going with them.
Yeah.
I was confused until I worked out they are living in the guest house.
They are.
Which it probably took me too long. I
And one
probably
of the
missed a line of dialogue.
One of the greatest lines I've ever heard, and really, again, I'm back on Macy's side. Claire's in the car. Macy gets into the door, opens up, and goes, "Oh my god, Claire, you scared me. Don't spook me like that." What a power move. I love that.
Claire,
But she is a bit of a freaky girl, isn't she? You know?
Claire is giving like Anne from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Like she's giving that like dead-eyed, mouth open, not moving, not contributing, just like, Claire, you gotta get out there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they are being... Massey rates each girl as they hop in the car.
Yes.
Which, wouldn't that just make you loathe the morning?
Carl, but you've not had a good rating from her, and that's a high that's unrivaled. Maybe heroin, that's it.
Have you ever gotten a 9?
Oh my god, when she saw me in my Fendis. Oh! My Louis. Ow! But she does rate the girls.
Yeah, she does. And it's pretty... It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Claire's also taking photos of other people's houses. I don't know what her obsession is with this camera.
Oh, it's a bit... Yeah, that's the thing. Again, we keep going back to this word, tragic. She's
Yeah.
like, wow, a real home. Click. It's like,
It's rough, hey.
It's so bad.
You know, I was like, ugh. I just can't. Were they staying in the guest house like until they got on their feet, or were they there indefinitely?
I
Like,
think... Well, I don't know. He's moved for the job, so it must be a bit of a promotion. But
is he
I
just the
think-
gardener? Have they has Claire not worked out like her mum and dad are the help
Yeah.
to Massey's parents?
Maybe, yeah.
Like
They were having dinner, but they were cleaning up after.
that's right, and they're trying to hide that from her. That's
Yeah.
a much more interesting film.
That is.
That's a much more interesting film. Gnarly, but interesting.
Elizabeth Gill's in this, huh? From Victorious. Bit of a win.
And Dylan Minnette.
Oh, yes. He's the brother.
Yeah.
Two very famous people.
Yeah.
Not in the star. Get maybe one line.
Yeah, I know. Dylan Minnette gets nothing to do in this movie.
He's just a horny little freak that wants to fuck Macy. He's like,
He
can you
is.
get me a photo of her? None of her friends in the frame, which
Yeah.
I thought was an odd. He
was-
was like,
it was rough.
I
It was-
just need her.
Yeah.
I just need her.
It's like later in the movie when it's revealed he will just come into Massey's room and vibe.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I spend like an hour to 2 hours up here every night.
Sniffing,
Claire,
various
what are you doing?
What are you doing, Claire?
He's like, I usually take some pictures, you know. She looks like the type of woman that probably has a Horcrux. So I'm just looking for things.
collecting, stabbing it with my penis.
Yep.
So
He's
you
just
got a
like,
Horcrux.
anything that's in a hole in this room, I've done it. Don't do that one. Filled with spiders. He's like, you reckon that would have stopped me? It didn't. That one over there, filled with rats.
Now we get to art class.
This is a... I want you to explain this. This
Hit me.
is...
You've never, I mean, you... Hit me. I had sisters, you didn't. Let's go on. I can tell you the ins and outs. And listen in, because this is a big information. Hit me.
If you wear white pants to school,
Yes.
asking for it.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you had... Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, it's like you... If, as
White
a,
linen pants, a brave
so
move.
bad. I bought recently hundreds of dollars worth of nice, beautiful white
Bloody
tees.
fucking
You
duh.
saw them. They're
It's
they're
stunning.
lovely.
Yeah, Kmart did
I've
a really good
ruined-
deal.
I've ruined them all. I've wasted my money.
Yeah.
I'm never buying white clothes again.
No, you shouldn't.
As a parent, as a parent, Claire's mum is irresponsible for buying her not only a white piece of clothing, making it the most expensive piece of clothing as well,
Mm.
and letting her go to a school where you know they're doing art.
Yeah.
Like, it's just rough.
Yes.
Just rough. Crazy the whole clique gets in on bullying her here, though.
Oh, it's such methodical bullying because essentially Claire's an art
very
class.
well thought out.
The gay teacher is
Hey, whoa, what?
he says
Hey!
Claire
How are you introducing that,
How am I
huh?
introducing that? Because Claire walks in and goes, I'm new. He goes, I'm old. 32 is the new 22. Mwah, mwah. Spits on her. It's brave. And I love the
Wow.
performance.
This is telling more about you.
Oh, I'm happy to be homophobic because the film is, okay?
It doesn't. This
Give me a
is
pass. Give me a pass, Scarl.
No.
I need a pass.
Nope.
Come on.
Sit in it.
Oh, you thought he was... Okay,
Sit in your
you
comments.
defend me. You defend me. No, wait, you defend the film.
Hey, let's get back to this.
Why isn't he
this
gay?
straight teacher?
Okay, no, actually, no, fuck it. Okay, you explain the next scene now. Because I know it's to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Oh, no. You made me feel like a fool.
I don't wanna
no.
explain the next scene.
You explain the next scene.
It's the next scene is the meanest thing ever.
Well, hit me. What happened?
It's so they like it's. I turned the movie off after this because I was like, this is so mean. They paint the back of her white pants red.
They do paint it. I thought she actually did get her period.
No, they paint it with the red paint.
Wow, what a twist. Okay, huge.
Yeah.
I thought she actually got her
Wait,
period.
did you miss that?
I missed that, yes.
Yeah, no,
I was focusing on the gay character.
The who? You're not getting that pass.
Damn it.
You're not
Okay.
getting that pass.
I'm homophobic.
And even I'm gonna write it out too, so you know it's here somewhere on the table.
Oh, good.
you could use it on another movie.
I'm
but
allowed to
not this
claim someone's gay?
one. Yeah, there you go.
That's
you can
that's
use it.
priceless, goddamn.
I can use it whenever I want. Give me an hour to fill out the form.
It's very tedious.
Application process 90 minutes.
Oh god. Okay, well fuck that. It's fine.
Anyway.
I'll just be a straight guy and be homophobic. Don't need your goddamn form. Now, okay, that's crazy. I did not know they painted her dress.
Yeah.
Her pants, sorry.
So they paint it to make it look like that's happened.
Yes. Say it.
Sorry, that she's had her period. And then they...
Carl cringed a little bit when he said it.
It's just mean. It's so fucking mean.
It's so mean, but then also each girl meticulously goes, "Hey, Claire." She's like, "Hey, where's the nurse's room?" And then the first girl's like, "Right, go over there." Then Claire walks past. She meets one of the other clique girls. She laughs at her, goes, "Hey, Claire, go over to there." Then Claire walks all the way across the school to the other clique friends. They've made her outsource her bullying.
They make sure she takes a route that has everybody see her. Everyone take pictures. A teacher laughs at her at one stage.
Yes.
It's so rough. And then by the end of... It's crazy too, because Claire doesn't know what's wrong. Because the straight teacher doesn't want to tell her
Fuck off.
that she's had a period. So he's like, just get out of here. I don't want to look at you.
Why would that be, Carl?
Sorry, I don't know. Straight men be like that.
Yeah, finally the nurse is like, oh God, Claire, you tragic, tragic girl. Just here's, I mean, crazy the school has this. It's a very upper class school because they've got just a bunch of like designer clothes that you can last season.
You wonder how Claire got in.
Yeah,
Like, is it legal because she lives in the area?
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The catchment area.
That's so
She's in
fair.
it.
She's in the radius. So she gets to pick out some nice clothes. She comes back and the mum's like, where the fuck are the pants?
Claire's like immediately lying to her mum, just like, I lost them. I painted all over them.
Don't protect these girls.
No.
Claire, don't protect them.
Because the mum's flip-flopping. She doesn't know where to throw her anger. Because she's pretty understanding. She's like, that's fine, Claire. Just pants. Who gives a shit?
Also, like, this clique, they're dorks. They do
Clique.
a hand thing with it that's like, loser.
Whatever made you loser, get the picture, duh. I mean, I didn't write it down. You say I'm a loser?
Said you're a dork.
Okay.
And then you nailed it.
Here's the thing. That in the 2008 killed.
I'm sure it did.
That was the I don't know, the Ice Spice. Lord teens are
The
watching
spider pig?
No, yeah, that's your last reference of like a cultural meme.
It's the only one I know of. Can't think of another one.
Actually, I think the Simpson movie was a year after this, so 2009. So
Massive.
You've not paid attention for 13 years, it seems.
Of course not. Why would I? It peaked with Spider Pig. I went, that's
Well,
my
they
ringtone still.
Of course. I mean, 99 cents. You'd be a fool not to get
Oh,
it.
my Nokia flip. Shall we listen?
They said Nokia back then. Why would you call it a Nokia?
It's my Nokia flip.
How old are you?
Sorry?
You're holding up an iPhone 15.
I'm 32.
Things are doing well.
20,
Things are
alright?
doing well for you, huh? The clique now decide to gang stalk Chris. I'm not sure if this was okay. Again, we've learned that he's taken, so this kind of just goes nowhere.
And is he deaf? Because they're giggling right behind him.
Oh,
and
yes.
he's like, are there birds in the trees? Whispering to me?
Luckily, we meet Chris's sister,
Yeah.
Lane, who is... Where would you put her on the tragic scale? Because so far, everyone's kind of like a 10.
She is the most likable character,
Yeah.
but also just as heavily tragic to the point that her lunch is cooked oatmeal in a thermos, which I think is tragic.
It is tragic. And the film kind of makes fun... Well, the popular kids make fun of her calling her oatmeal, but does she deserve it, you know?
I get her a thick soup, or the thermos can have many things in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hard thing to eat from a thermos.
It is. It gets gunked up there. It's hard to wash.
would
Every
it
day
would-
you'd have to wash it as well.
It would be gross.
It would.
It would be disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just the idea to only eat oatmeal from a thermos, revolting. There's things in this movie that happen with oatmeal that have turned me off the idea of an oat. And I never want to see it again.
I mean, the horse in this film, they have a little bit of horse.
They love a little bit of
Now, we finally get introduced to Lane. At this point, I think the film's kind of like, isn't Claire a bit tragic? Don't you want to have a friend? The film gives her an out. They go, right, do the Janice thing and Mean Girls and go hang out with the loser kids.
Yeah.
And that way you can then, build yourself self-esteem up and take her down. Claire takes one look at Lane and goes, hey, want to hang out Friday? She goes, great. Macy's mum tells Claire's mum, hey, she's having a sleepover. Claire
was fucking weird.
Claire ditches Lane. Goes,
Why would she do this?
it's crazy.
This is after the driver, who we know, the private driver, who is definitely very intimidated by the clique.
Yeah.
And probably auditioned and didn't
Oh,
get in.
hear me out, Carl. If you were at the school, they would destroy you and me alive.
Absolutely.
They're decimated, you
You're
know?
probably right.
Yeah.
I mean,
The drive is rightfully
We grew up to
scared.
have a podcast that has no electricity.
You're mocking the electricity. Just because I'm poor and can't afford an electrician doesn't mean that, you have to mock me, okay?
Is that the ish, or can you fix this yourself? Why
I
are
try.
we dumb?
I zap myself. I've told you before, okay?
I just try harder. You know what you need to be? Wear metal gloves.
Okay, I'm going to wet them first. Is that a good idea?
Absolutely.
All right, smart.
Yeah, and then
Now-
you know what? Have a bath with a toaster. Anyway, so the driver, who's definitely intimidated by these girls.
Yes.
he says to her, "There's other girls in this school.
This film's begging for Claire to get out the
Branch out. Do anything else." He's like, if you get sucked, he was like, this is your forewarning by another adult in your life to literally go out there and meet anybody else. Anybody else, Claire.
It's crazy. It feels like it's improv and they've gone way off scale because now Claire's gone, well, I guess I'll hang out with a popular girl at a sleepover. It couldn't go worse, Carl. It couldn't go worse.
Why would she do it? She knew, what did she think was going to happen?
Oh.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on Claire. Claire knows
Claire
better than to
rocks
go
up
to the sleepover.
in her pajamas and these girls attack quickly. They are cutting.
Ruin her fucking vultures. They
absolutely.
rip her apart.
Yeah, it's bad. Claire's not having fun.
No, she's not. It's also crazy. She can leave at any time.
Yeah, she lives on the premise.
Yeah, she does. She lives on Drury Lane.
Yeah.
She can go anywhere she wants to.
The girls are like, we're going down to the pool. They just like fucking like elbow her in the tit. Just
They
like
fucking
yeah.
hit her. It's violent.
And Claire just like a dope follows them down. And then finally the girl's like, ugh, all right, truth or dare, hit us. And Claire's like, I've never played that game before. Which, figure it out.
Well, I'm also more like, telling.
Oh, you're back on. Here, it's tough not to bully Claire, but
It's
God,
tough.
she deserves it.
It's
God,
crazy to have written such a rough character and ask us to have empathy. And I do to a certain extent.
Certain scenes, she's just like, you should have left. You could have hanging out with. Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, no better. Claire, no better.
The Clique ask, would you rather be friends with everybody, but everyone fucking hates you, or would you have no friends? Which is such a psychopathic thing to ask. But then everyone's like, I'd rather have friends and everyone hate me. And Claire, the loser's like, I'd rather have no friends. And they're setting up to fail, slit her in the throat, going, oh, you've got your wish. Oh my word.
So rough. And then they're like, go on, come down here and sleep together.
Yeah.
And then she farts.
No, Macy just goes,
Oh, yeah.
Claire, did you fucking...
It's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, Macy got her.
She got her. She got her really
good.
But then Claire finally develops
This
a backbone.
threw me.
This is like a punch in the goddamn
This was like
dick.
a fucking Avengers Endgame moment of I was like, whoa! I was like, this is a cinematic moment.
She goes to Macy, I'm sorry, was that your boobs not rubbing together? Holy shit,
I was like,
Claire.
where the fuck did this come from?
Suddenly you're back on
This
Claire's
movie's
case.
like PG. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Can we get a fucking hell's yeah for Claire?
Finally.
This adored Claire after this.
Every time Claire does one of these moments, you're like, thank God, finally we got something. At least if she's trying to fuck with them in the group, great stuff.
This scene is empowering for women everywhere. It's empowering for straight male teachers everywhere. This scene is giving. Like, wow, what a moment. Also, just on top of that, they own a clap light.
Yeah. They were big in 2008.
I have not seen a clap light in a movie in a long time.
I love a clap light.
Always wanted a clap light.
I think you could probably get like a Google thing now, but it's not the same.
It's more fun to go rather than be like, Alexa, turn off the
Oh
lights.
yeah, you feel like a loser, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I hate that they name the AI.
Yeah.
You just don't give it a name.
You should be able to change it, just filth.
Yeah, you should be able to give it its own name.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's crazy how quickly this all blows up.
Yes.
In Claire's face.
Yes.
Because the next day, Lane finds out.
Yeah, immediately, what's it called? Again, she's poked the bear. Claire's rocked her to sleepover. Macy's like, fuck you. Goes to Lane, goes, hey, Lane, guess what? Claire was at a sleepover last night with us. She ditched you. Let's be friends. Fuck. She's taking all her oxygen and just stealing it. Now Claire's friendless, and now she has to hang out with Lane.
Yeah.
It's tragic.
It's crazy how quickly she lost the one good friend she made.
Oh, so quickly. So quickly.
So
She just
quickly.
took the wrong direction, like a choose your own adventure. Took the worst option. It's like, well, now you're fucked. And another story's like, ugh, well, I don't want to do this. And then
it's basically like, I thought the movie was going to be like, this is how Claire became fierce.
yes,
You know?
I thought there was a turning point with the comment. I thought she was gonna easy A it. No, she's now sad and she's groveling for attention. So she's got no friends and she still is groveling. She goes to, they're having a pool meeting for their makeup.
Oh, let's talk about the makeup really quickly.
Oh, yes.
So they can't come up with a name for the makeup.
Yeah.
And then Claire pipes up in the back and she goes, "What about Glambition?" And they all go, "It'll do until we come up with another name."
Yeah.
That name fucking sucks. And anyone
You're
should have come up
beating
with
Claire
another.
while she's down. She's got no friends. He goes,
I'm
shit
sorry.
title.
I don't know who of them thought it was good.
Well, it's 14-year-old girls
Can
running
I
around
throw out there? I thought Homework's better.
Oh, really? There you go.
What do you think?
I didn't give it much attention.
Really? I've got a lot written about it.
I skipped over that. I'm like,
I was
I was more dumbfounded that Claire rocked up to this pool meeting and was like, "Hey guys," and they're like, "Oh
I
god."
don't know why she keeps going to these things.
A lot of the time, she just walks into a room and she kind of gives that deaf smile, and
She
they're like,
doesn't belong.
and then people keep screaming and going, get out of here!" And she's like, maybe.
She's
To
so
the point-
maniacal almost.
Oh,
She's just like it's almost like her plan is, repetition of seeing me will make them like me.
And they just get crueler. They just get
do.
so much crueler. At this point, she's wearing like a swimsuit, and she's like, "Yeah, it's like, I don't know, Louis Vuitton." And Macy with the. She's got her. She's a pro. She goes, "That's a fucking bargain being TK Maxx 2004. Take it off or fuck off."
This is
Claire-
what breaks Claire.
Claire finally breaks. which
After
is-
everything,
we're
this
like
is what
50 minutes in, and it's like, oh, thank God, Claire. Jesus.
Claire has been verbally abused for a week at school. I was like, Claire, this is where I wish you'd clapped back again or simply stabbed
Yes,
Maxie.
it would have been. It would have been believable, but no. She goes on to her computer at night and's like, "All right, I'm just gonna bully the kids, the other clique." She immediately messages one of them, just like, "Hey, Claire's pretty cool now, so."
Would you have bought I was like, what idiots.
It's crazy. She's like, it's like me messaging you. "Hey, Carl, I really like you, but also that other girl, really fat, and the other girls, how bless their souls, are just like, well, you can't hack an Instagram message."
The thing is, they're followers.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They
Yeah.
don't think for themselves.
No,
they're just followers.
Well, we'll find out that pretty soon they're spineless. Claire goes on a rampage, messaging all of them. One of them, Dylan, the blonde-haired girl, is like, "I'm actually poor." So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tragic. Imagine
Well.
being poor. Not me.
Claire's like, "Oh my god, that's literally nothing to me." Claire's like, "I still bet it's not as poor as me."
Yeah. She's still got things. She's good for
you've
her.
still got nice things.
Yes. But she slowly attacks them all. She calls the red-haired girl fat. She calls the poor girl poor. And then she calls the other one, I think she just goes, "Fuck you." I can't remember what she says to her.
Oh, she said, is she the one that she's like, "You've got thunder thighs"?
No, that's the redhead one.
Right, okay.
She really goes on this
She
redhead.
really
She
targets.
really targets
and
this
you know,
girl.
it's what Claire probably really thinks.
Oh yeah,
You know?
Claire she didn't even know it was her message. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought it was just my messages. I thought I was directly going for her." But then finally, Maisie falls down. The girls have had enough. The clique is over. All they do, these guys are sheep. They need a new leader. They need a new follower. Who are they going to follow, Carl?
Claire.
Holy shit.
This, even from the fact that they're living in the guest house,
Yeah.
and how she's incepted this group, this is Parasite.
Oh yes.
This is fucking Parasite.
Put a timer. We counted it. We both stopped the film at an hour. We finished the last 30 minutes. This is at the hour mark. We've got 7 minutes of Claire immediately turning, essentially Parasite, real rich, going for all the stuff, new hairstyle, bitchy, the girls hating on everyone else, immediately turns. In these 7 minutes, Macy figures it out.
Macy figures it out so quick. Actually, she doesn't.
No.
Because there's a scene with, is it Dylan?
Which one's Dylan?
No, the one that needs a protractor.
Oh, yes, it is Dylan.
Is
yes.
that one Dylan?
Yeah, the blonde
So
girl.
Dylan's just like, "You said all those mean things online," and Macy's like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Yes, you did. You said them at these specific times." She's like, "But that's when I walk my dog." And they go round and round.
Round in circles. But I was walking the dog. No, you messaged me here. Here's the message.
Yeah.
Well, what about then?
It's
But I was
almost
walking
like
the dog.
The beat happens and the camera zooms in, and Massey goes, "Wait a second. No, I wasn't around then." And then it just
Keeps going. They're just padding the time. But yeah, Claire's empire so quickly crumbles because the next day, like, "Hey, Claire, guess what? We didn't message that, and we're pretty sure you did it." And Claire, again, we think she's done 2 bad moves. This is probably one of the worst one, and she should not be redeemed at this point.
Claire has an easy out.
Yeah.
My brother did that.
Yes.
Easy.
Easy.
Fucking easy.
Yes.
It just goes to show Claire does not know what it takes
No,
to be living in a cutthroat environment like upper state New York.
It's fucking wolves out there, man. It's wolves.
You're fucking Fenby. Your parents are living in a beach house in the back of a mansion. You've got to learn to lie. You got to learn to fucking lie,
She's
Claire.
got all the hate and like maliciousness, but none of the skills to do it.
Yeah.
But she's got it in her soul.
Or even just do this, Claire. No, Massie did say that.
Yeah.
Re-gaslight them.
Exactly.
Fight back, baby.
She chooses her opportunities at the worst moment. Save these amazing comebacks for when you actually need them. But the friends immediately are back.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, fuck Claire. We love you, Maisie. Things are back to square one. Lainey's...
Let's get back in on Clambition. My dad's given me a cool mill for the startup. Let's do it. And then you get the next scene. And they're all best friends again. They're making the Clambition.
Yes.
Claire walks in again.
She should read the goddamn room. It is, at this point, you're like, Claire, you lost the battle, you lost the war, just end it. Go make friends with the other girl.
She gets thrown an egg at her.
Oh, it is.
And I had my arms folded and I said, that is fair.
It's fair. It's so
Learn
fair.
your lesson, Claire.
She's literally egged, and she finally goes, Mum, she was being mean to me. The mum should go, you know what, you ruined those goddamn pans 2 weeks ago, and you still followed them,
The
didn't you?
mum has to have no idea what's going on. Because the night before, she was the most popular girl in school, and she comes back smelling like egg.
Yeah.
Just from being like, I'm going to go to the kitchen in the other house, and she's like, go for it then.
Yeah.
Comes back covered in egg.
What a downfall. She's just seen her popularity. She was about to do drugs, and now she's, oh God, Mum, I can't even book at the library. What a loser. And deserved as well.
Ugh.
I do love it, though. Claire is on her down, and she just goes up to Lane and goes, can we please still be friends? I should have done this at the 20-minute mark. I'm a fool. I'm very sorry. Can we be friends? Lane's like, ugh. Yeah, but we're never going to be close, you know?
We're good for survival, but come 18, this ain't
lasting.
We're not hoping for the same universities.
No, we're going to separate schools.
Yeah.
Well,
Lane's like, I know for a fact I'm going to find my footing at uni, but Claire, that's not going to happen for you. If it hasn't happened by now for you specifically, Claire, Claire, do you smell like egg?
Hey guys! Claire smells like fucking egg!
Did you get an egg thrown at you yesterday? Why haven't you changed clothes, Claire?
She's got dreadful fashion sense. That's
awful. Oh, I gotta say, everybody has dreadful fashion
It's
sense.
so, I mean, here's the thing. It's like high-end fashion of the 2008s and then just low fashion of the 2008s. So there's no middle ground and both are bad.
I think a lot of it's the movie has no budget, and so they're like, look, it's Louis Vuitton, but it's all H&M.
It's just a black shoe
It's all
with
H&M.
red painted at the bottom, but you can tell it's paint, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, oh God, how hideous. Now, they're on the bus. The clickers have like come back together, they've made the makeup.
Yeah.
They're handing it out.
It looks bad.
It looks cheap.
It also has
is cheap. It's $6 for a lip gloss.
Yeah, it is. And they put like in peanut oil and honey.
Yeah, I don't know.
then say the flavors of vanilla. I was like, what are you on about?
Well, that's the base, you know. That's the base.
But it's like, are they making... Didn't they say they were going to make lipstick that never
comes off.
Or like lasts more than 24 hours? But it turns into lip balm that's tasty.
Well, yeah.
So where was that transition for the company?
Well, because the chemists will figure it out like, hey, billion-dollar companies can't figure this out. I don't think 14 your girls can do it. How about you just make lip balm, which is just Vaseline and a bit of flavoring?
I would have loved it if the movie was simply, these girls got everything they ever wanted.
Oh, yeah,
and somebody, they went, this is great. Somebody came in and was like, I'm buying the company for $1 billion.
And then just eggs Claire again.
Does somebody smell of egg? Because I've got another. Lane's like, it's this girl here next to me.
Smelly egg girl here, right here. Gross.
It's fucking Claire, get her.
The girls on this bus, this is like a horror film now. They all put the lipstick on. Their lips blow up. and they get these hideous rashes on their mouth. I'm convinced they've saved the budget, the makeup department for this.
Yeah. It was like a zombie infection was
The
happening.
camera like starts getting all shaky cam. Everyone's freaking out.
They're like,
It's the best part of tension of the whole film.
They're like, who here is allergic to peanuts? Half the bus raises their hands. And then I'm like, oh, shouldn't the teacher be getting these kids to like hospital or
where's
an
an
EpiPen or
EpiPen?
anything like that? It takes one girl to be like, I'll use the
Claire,
oatmeal.
Claire gets a mysterious text like, hey, use oatmeal. I read it in Vulture. It's like, okay, that's not a cure for peanut allergy.
It'll stop the stinging, but they'll definitely die.
Oh yeah, their throats are closing up, but my god, their lips will look not as juicy.
To the close-ups of the rough oatmeal around these disfigured lips.
It's
It's hideous. I was behind you. It heaves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was me.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. At this point, nothing's changed. Claire's still a loser. She hasn't really learned anything. Lane's kind of iffy on her, and the Clique are stronger than ever, but they do now know that there's
The Clique is they've not been challenged in the
not
slightest.
been challenged. I think all they really do know is that, listen, leadership comes and goes, we'll follow, but there's not really much here, you know?
We're now informed there's 10 minutes left in the film.
Yeah.
They're at a charity ball. Chris is there with his GF.
Yeah.
It's shocking how little he is in the film.
He's not in the film at all, and at this point, you're like, well, I guess where's the ending? And the
Yeah.
film doesn't know, because it's like, I guess we'll make Maisie as tragic as Claire.
So yeah, she comes out with this awful outfit that says "I love Chris,"
Yeah.
which again, what a swing!
Yeah.
What a confident swing!
Maisie's a pro. She knows how. She should have been more self-aware. This is a Claire move right here.
Oh, this is so she's stooping to Claire's level,
Yeah.
and Claire's excited about it.
Oh yeah.
She's hyped about
She
it.
has slowly whittled them down by just
Yeah.
arriving in every room. She's slowly rubbed off on them.
It was right.
Yeah.
It was like popularity
She's
by
like a
just being
parasite.
there.
She's just slowly infected them,
Yeah.
and to the point that Maisie has to do an L.
I reckon if you tried to slain Claire, 2 heads would emerge.
Of course,
She'd just
give
keep
you that
going.
nothing stare.
Claire is straight out of Greek mythology.
Have you seen
A
Medusa?
Medusa of the ages.
Yeah, you don't turn to stone. You just kind of get a bit lamer, and just the more you're staring at Claire, the lamer you get.
She
to the
really
point-
just takes points away from you, just in a systematic popularity way. Like, if it was just a blatant black hole in capitalism.
Oh, I'm glad the film had a message. Now, we're at the thing. She's going to pop out in a big cake and surprise Chris.
Yeah.
Claire, I don't know what even, motivates her to do this. But she jumps up on stage and makes sure the cake can't open. She's like, hey, Chris, girlfriend, come up here.
Say some words.
Say some words. Maisie realizes he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They wheel the cake away. This would be me on the other side.
Yeah.
Well, that was clearly not a real cake.
Yeah.
And somebody would have been waiting at it. And why did they never come?
Yeah.
I would go and investigate
Listen,
the
we
cake.
never learned about Chris. I don't think he's that clever. He's hanging around here.
Sure. It wouldn't surprise me if he's like a puppet and he's just like caved into himself at the table.
Yeah.
Just like this, without his girlfriend there to raise some
Of
strings
course.
around
She's
him.
the pro. She's really the behind the scenes. She's running this whole democracy. You know.
So I guess we get not even like a sweet scene, but just
It's not sweet. It's not sweet at all. Claire, Macy's goes to Claire, why'd you do that? Claire kind of goes,
because I'm not you.
I'm not you.
Which is, it's a bit of a banger.
It's
a
a
bit of a banger.
It's nice
honestly.
Claire goes on a bit of a bang.
I was
she
like,
she did deserve a win.
Yeah.
But Maisie had to be so low for her to get a
so
win.
low. And again, Maisie bounces back
Yeah.
so quickly.
Maisie comes back, she's like, at least I'm not fucking you, bitch.
I would also throw out
Exit.
there that maybe Claire ruined her shot, and this would have worked a treat.
Oh,
with Chris.
yeah. So far, everything Maisie's done has worked for her.
She never not. She's constantly a winner.
Yeah.
She never not gets what she wants. Like she's,
Yeah.
just
She had
she's-
7 minutes of adversity and then brought an empire down like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And then it ends on they've been doing this thing throughout the movie of the State of Union.
They've been, Macy's diary is kind of like what's in, what's out.
Yeah.
And she learns, hey, well, she puts Claire in the out
Out.
category.
Yeah.
And then she puts
Her and-
oatmeal, some gummy bears. Remember that from the film? Nope. Okay.
What was the gummy thing?
Claire at the first car offers them gummy feet.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they go, I would rather
What's
just
the timeline of the film?
4 days,
A year?
4 hours.
9 years?
It is a sort of odyssey in a
An
sense.
eternity? Honestly, if the movie said they've been in purgatory the whole time, I'd believe them.
Well, it is hell.
It is.
hell.
Oh, it was fucking hell for me.
Well,
That's for sure.
Claire's in and out. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. The film doesn't even know where they want to put Claire. I don't think they could really believably go, didn't Claire do all right? Nope. Didn't do well at all.
It's probably a reshoot.
Yeah.
Where they were just like, Claire was just in the in category, and Tara Banks was like, no, shouldn't be.
She's out.
She's out, baby. She's fucking out.
The straight teacher also said that.
Absolutely.
Before we do the Who Would Watch This, I just got one quote that was stuck in my brain for so long, and I was so happy it popped up. Did I invite you to my barbecue? Because you're all up on my grill.
That is
That
a
is-
fucking banger.
It's such a banger.
line.
It's such a banger.
The other ones are like, this conversation's just for tacos and burritos. Not you.
Nachos.
Nachos.
Oh,
I don't know how she says it to make it sound like not you.
yeah.
But she
Nachos.
fucking nails it.
Nachos.
Nachos.
Yeah. You're really
It's-
butchering nachos, but there's so many. There's like 6 lines in this whole thing that are fantastic.
The movie's held together by a fearless performance by whoever's playing Massie and some banger lines and nothing else. And the rest is pain.
Carl, who would watch the Clique?
I think nobody. Nobody anymore. I don't know if we've ever done this as an answer, but this is genuinely a movie where
No. You know
there's an audience.
Okay.
If you watched it when it came out,
No.
that's it.
No.
You don't get another. No, I'm
no.
allowed to on this
That's
one.
fine. It's been 15 years and it's still got cultural relevance.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
On Letterboxd, there was like 16 people that had watched it.
Loved it.
It's
That's crazy.
this-
I say no audience for this one.
No,
You would never
surely
rewatch
not.
this?
I do think. God no. God no. This was awful. I hated this. This was bad. Some of it's brilliant, but it is mostly very bad. I think this is would be like a bottom 20, bottom
20.
Yeah, for
Holy
sure.
shit.
Bottom 30 maybe.
That's crazy.
Some of those lines are bangers. But I hated it. This took me 4 days to watch. And then I still had to tell you, I was like, don't watch the last 30 minutes. I'll do it before we record. Because I'm time poor and I don't want to fucking watch it. Rachel, there's a special place in hell for you for recommending this film to me. And I will never forget you for what you've made me do. And to bring Claire into my life is an image of tragedy that I'll never be able to escape. I fear I will never be the same person again post this review.
And if you want to send us a little movie and get Carl's opinion on yourself, email at askwwtpodcast@gmail.com. Carl, I gotta say,
If you want to find out which place in hell's reserved for you, email us at wwt.
recommend the Clique too. I think Carl really enjoyed that.
There's not, is there?
Could you imagine
There's not,
that?
right? Okay. Shock. I went white. I was like, whoa.
I
Oh, fuck it. I watch a second. What am I saying?
I just think, really do think a lot of people should watch this. I think it's because I don't think we're being cruel in saying that Claire's just an enigma that needs to be watched.
It's just because everyone's so mean. I've never seen. Honestly, it's probably one of the meanest films.
Yes.
I can't imagine watching this as a child. I think it's.
What did you take away of this as a child? I don't think this genuinely should be an R-rated film. You need to be an adult to watch it. Yeah.
This is mean, brutal, rude. I was like, wow, this is a mean film. And I could not believe what the plot really was.
Yeah.
And it made me uncomfortable.
When
how
you lay it out,
mean they were
it's
being.
just bullying. But it's crazy
really awful bullying. But Claire, what a weird character to put in the middle of
It's
it.
so odd, isn't it?
Why wouldn't you put the most endearing possible character in the middle?
Yeah.
Like it was just
Because
bizarre.
then you get something bland. And this
That's
is art.
true.
This is art. There's so many Mean Girls clones that just don't hit the same. This one, they dare to ask, what if the protagonist deserved it?
What if the protagonist had it coming?
I think if you're curious in art, check this one out. See who should watch it. The Curious.
The Curious?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. That's so stupid.
God, what are we doing next week?
Next week, who knew it was coming out? They've dumped it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's After Everything.
This
The
is
final?
I don't know. They keep popping up. We've done 4?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Five.
I think 5.
4?
The After series has just been shitting them
I
out.
wanna get it out of my life.
We got an ad for it, both of us, and it's
Yeah.
like, I can't believe Harden's doing like what you missed on the series. He says it, he's wrong. He's missed so much garbage. There's so much. Oh, we're doing that. After Never? After Done?
After Everything.
Oh, fucking hell.
I just loved, I think when we were discussing it last time, we would be some of the biggest fans by virtue of having seen them all.
Taking notes.
Taking notes and then chatting about them.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that we're doing it again. And
Yeah.
I feel like for some reason there's another. But After Everything sounds like the end one, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be after the end. It'll be the last
After
one.
the end. After this keeps going.
Yeah.
After the credits.
Thanks for listening.